Hello, boys. I just want to knock out some quick stories on the news. Of course, there's way too many. I'm not going to catch up on all of them, I don't think. But let's take three or four of the most important ones or striking ones. So, first one is the Hells Angels. A close friend of the Hells Angels was the head or behind a casino in Wolinak. Let's see what's that about. So, it said a close friend of the Hells Angels, so not a Hells Angels directly. Tony Lefebvre, a man tied to the criminal group Hells Angels, was president and administrator of an enterprise that was managing a casino in Wolinak. I'm not sure where Wolinak is. That sounds like a First Nation reserves to me. Oh, look at this. He is a biker. The SQ has identified him as a member of Satan's Crew. So Satan's Crew's been passing on our radar recently. If you looked at one of their recent videos, we spoke about them. I already forgot what it was about. But yeah, if you want to find out more, you could check it out. Satan's Crew is a criminal organization and an underling school of the Hells Angels that had about 12 members present in the middle of Quebec, Mauricie, and other areas in the province. Last month, the investigators led search warrants at a bunker of the bikers in Bécancour, close to Wolinak. I guess that checks out where the casino is. About 80 police officers, that's probably what we talked about. About 80 police officers participated in an operation, in a stupefier operation. And bulletproof vest was seized, the tools were seized, you know what I mean? They also took patches or emblems, with Satan's Crew on it. Obviously, it's the cops holding this, so that's one evidence there. They took a picture. What else do we got? Many members of the Hells Angels were present at the inaugural party at the clubhouse in Bécancour on the 10th of May, 2024. What was revealed by the investigators of the SQ in a recent court proceeding where the name of Tony Lefebvre had emerged. So I guess that's where they got this, and that's where this information came out about this casino. Tommy Lefebvre was, until at least this May 2024, the administrator of what's called tribal gaming. So they got probably First Nation reserve gambling spot, legit place, a casino. There's a few here in Quebec. Cool places to visit. This organization is nebulous. I don't know if you say it's shadowy or suspicious. Has a suspicious unknown investors who have full control of the casino, reveals the investigator. The representative of investors, Josh Bazov, is a businessman from Montreal condemned for fraud and trafficking stupefiers in the past. I think we may have covered it. We once covered a story about the casino earlier last year, I believe. It might be that story. He is actually being investigated or prosecuted in Israel for his implication in a presumed pirating network of telephones and a campaign of threats against previous partners in business. Now, I think he's talking about the First Nations people. He says, even if the Abenakis from Wolinak are the owners of the casino on paper, they have no control over the actual management of the establishment. The casino does not even have a license from the government. I find that odd that he managed to still be in operation. Maybe it just got suspended or something. I don't know. Tony Lefebvre was also a counselor of the direction, administration council of the establishment, says Carl Doyon. It's a link between the casino and the Abenakis and tribal gamings. He was a counselor for the image. Whatever that means. Give me 1 second, please. So Tony Lefebvre accessed the function of president and treasurer for Tribal Gaming in 2022. Okay, we're going to skip the details. You see the picture here. Tony Lefebvre, Martin Veillette, and members of the Satan's crew in 2024. All right, we're going to skip his background of business background, whatever. I guess you got the image. Yeah, it's just a history of the casino. 3 other employees in the administration, Christian Junior Bédard, Martin Veillette, and Nelson Lefebvre, are members of Satan's crew. All right. Yeah, I got interrupted, guys. I'm going to have to try to cut this short, so I'm going to go really fast, try to finish this. We got, sorry about that. So we got a bounty for Alboivin for $500,000. No, it's $500,000 for Alboivin and Pic Turmel, it looks like. They may have increased the bounty, but it's 200. It's now it says 250. I'm not. I guess each one is worth 250,000 by the cops. That's it. That's all you need to know right now. See, they added him to the BOLO. You see his picture, the prototypes. Canadians are familiar with this. So I don't think we can get any more really information. We can skip this part. So they increased the bounties. An ex-lieutenant of Gregory Woolley pleads guilty. All right. So this is the old team of Gregory Woolley. Been there from the beginning. In fact, we even saw someone post a link to a boxing match that he had maybe a decade ago. That he was competing. We saw him spar. Well, not spar, but you know what I mean. Battling it out on a competition. Remember that, guys? That's him. John Winsing Barthelus, ex-right-hand man of Gregory Woolley, pled guilty to accusations of possession of 2 tools Friday morning in the South Shore. Note he lives in the South Shore too, like his boss. It looks like. So, let's see if I can catch anything. So Barthelus is 46 years old. He's detained since the 12th of January 2024. So just in case, guys, I might have to cancel this abruptly. So if you ever see me just closing it off, I apologize. It never happens. It's rare, but I might have someone ring the door I didn't expect. Okay, so just to continue. So Barthelus, we know he's been detained since the 12th of January 2024. He was arrested by the tactical squad of the Montreal police when he was on board of SUV on Saint-Sylvestre in Longueuil in the South Shore. In the console of his vehicle, I guess that's what they found the tools chart, and they were loaded. Then they did a search warrant at his house in the South Shore. There you go. He does live in the South Shore. And they discovered another tool there. In his house, the officers notably found the GPS devices, a detector of microphones. I don't know what signet means. This, I have no idea what this means. Un signet. But it says a signet from André Sauvageau. So André Sauvageau, remember, that's the guy Gregory Woolley had someone poison in prison as a gift to Mame Boucher. Now, this is very intriguing here. What does a signet de feu en André Sauvageau means? That's very interesting. So Gregory Woolley's lieutenant had something about André Sauvageau. If anyone knows, let us know, and so everyone else can get a clarification on what this exactly you think it means. Does this mean like they were, I don't know, man. André Sauvageau's in prison, but it was in prison. So anyways, he was already dead by this time. Right? Remember, this is 2024 when they are searching Barthelus' property. André Sauvageau's gone already, probably about 4 years by then. So he had something from André Sauvageau at his home. Right, let's keep going. The lawyer, yeah, this is all lawyer stuff, legal stuff. We don't really care if this is not... Yeah, when they were surveilling him throughout his time, they saw him meeting with individuals in organized crime. No surprise there. We also find court documents that go up to 2023. Barthelus seemed like he was doing surveillance for certain individuals tied to the Hells Angels in a restaurant in Old Montreal, which that restaurant was intercepted by the police of the SPVM. Now, could that be the same restaurant we were talking about last few months when we covered Arab Power, where members of the criminal underworld were meeting up there? Do you remember that gang member who was seen by cops? He was afraid, and then he went to the kitchen and he asked them to hide that tool. You remember that? I'm wondering if it's that restaurant, because they're saying he saw him in surveillance meetings in Old Montreal, and with members of the Hells Angels I know would meet in that specific restaurant. Maybe it's that one. But anyways, the cops are watching him meet there, and these cops were suspecting him of bringing in a tool. So when he went in the restaurant, they thought, yeah, he's probably carrying something, and then they checked him. But when they checked him, they didn't find anything. Smart guy. That's how you know, the ones who walk around with tools everywhere, I don't know if it's a good idea. You know, the cops are watching you constantly, as you can tell. That saved his butt. Barthelus' background in legal stuff is trafficking stupefires at the profit of a criminal organizations, probably the syndicate. All right, we're going to skip the... Barthelus is from the Blue Gangs, and it was a long time brother, or not biological, but you know what I mean, brother of and handyman of Gregory Woolley. With this last one, Gregory Woolley, he was part in the 90s of a group called Syndicates that controlled stupefires in downtown Montreal for the account of the Hells Angels. Now, this is interesting here. That's the sort of stuff that I'm seeking. But it seems somehow the two men, Gregory Woolley and Winsing Barthelus, got into an argument, or they got, like you separated a little bit. Maybe they didn't get along anymore in the last couple of years, it says. Woolley, who had climbed the ranks of organized crime to become the protector of the Sicilian of Montreal, was offed by rounds. No, that's not what it was saying. My apologies. I misread this. Let me fix that. Let me fix this. Very important. Forget that. No, they did not get into an argument at all. Instead, that's why I say French is very, it has a colorful language sometimes. You can't take it at face value when you read it. What it means is they both got into trouble in the last few years. That's what it's trying to say. They both together got into trouble. Woolley was, and you know that because you see signs of it. Gregory Woolley just got offed recently. Okay, good enough. Good. Now the main story, guys. A séance of torture filmed by the inside of the detention prison in Quebec. It says he wanted to evade paying taxes to a Montreal gang. The criminal group Arab Power would be at the origins of this aggression. Now, I cannot play this for obvious reasons, guys. I'd love to. You could probably find it and watch it yourself. You know, just see what's this on the screen. Type it, Google it. You get on that article and you can press play. But we're going to read what it's about. A seller of stupefire was a victim of a true séance of torture in prison. An aggression that was filmed where he was, tied down and beaten up for having an unpaid tax to the Montreal gang. It's not the first time that we see that, says Mathieu Lavoie, president of Syndicates of Correctional Officers. Le Journal obtained images of a séance that happened inside of a cell detention in Orsainville. We heard about Orsainville plenty of times on this channel. Very movemented prison. Only one. We see a man detained and attached while we give him slaps, it says, on the face. The man of 30 years old has a shaky voice. He's shaking, right? He's in danger. He relates that he believed that they were about to kill him and apologizes for having betrayed Arab or AP. He says the word AP. We know it's Arab Power. Now the journalist says, according to our information, he would be referring to Arab Power, who wants to control the sales of stupefires in the region of Montreal. Doing exactly what the Hells Angels are doing, except now, we're doing by proxy using these types of people. But now they realize they could just do it for themselves. What's the point? You know? But they shouldn't do it. I'm not saying that. You know? I don't believe in any of this stuff. A quote from inside the video. You know that you're not finished, right? says an individual who's filming the scene. Who's filming the scene after reading a letter. I'm not too sure what they're talking about here. Forced to be on his knees, the detainee is then attached behind, with his hands behind him. Continuing to beat him up, he gets his head submerged inside of a bowl of toilet bowl. I once upon a time showed you someone sent me a video of a beatdown exactly like that. This exact thing happened inside of a prison cell. It was the gangs inside of Quebec City. I didn't know any better, and I got a strike on my channel for that. Now I'm paranoid. I don't play these. Although I'd like to. I don't care. It's just because of that. You can see the picture. You can figure it out. Got to blur it out for the AI. Passing the message. His assailants then put a blanket, once a towel. They put a towel on his face before pouring water on it, a technique of torture that simulates a drowning. The man then, he then chokes, fights it, before finally being released. And you can kind of understand what's up here. According to our information, the victim would have not advised the correctional agents of what happened. So the footage came out, and they're doing the same thing, I guess, that BFM is doing when they were filming it, and then they purposely let it come out. This is not an accidental leak. But the fact that it was leaked, the cops found out about it, and they said, hey, but we never got a complaint from him. So yeah, that's it. Here you go. It says the appearance of this video on social networks forced the change of this man to another aisle of prison. Now, this happened to him because the trafficker had wanted to sell stupefires without the approbation of Arab Power, that gang, who had the downtown building allegedly burned, right? Remember that? Hence, he wanted to evade paying tax. It varies according to the quantity of stupefires sold, but we could count thousands of dollars, of course. This is the Orsainville prison that they were talking about, if you want to see it. Nothing special. The seance of torture wanted also to send message to other criminalized group. And now the police says something interesting. A war is preparing itself quietly, warns a police source. Out of control. Let us note that the two principal leaders of Arab Power, allegedly, Younes Aitaki, alias brother, frérot, and Sylvain Kabuchi, are both behind bars. Sylvain Kabuchi is the guy who was joking and he ordered a pizza while he was in his cell. And Arab Power is the guy we keep seeing with that picture with the black guy from Rolling 90s Crips meeting up when the police were surveilling them. You see that. You could check their videos. There's probably a thumbnail with Younes. He's shirtless. He's like talking about serious shit with the other guy. And while he was being surveilled by police after he finished completing a murder, literally, and he then roofed the tool inside of the waters, and then he came back. He had offed a Greek dude. So that's the Younes Aitaki they're talking about. So these are the two principal leaders. We have a Younes Aitaki and apparently a Sylvain Kabuchi. The first one, Younes Aitaki, is purging a detention, undetermined, what do you call it? Like, I don't know what to perpetuity for murder, I guess he's not coming out, but we're in Canada, I don't know. But it says, so far it seems like there's no end for that. He's going to be there for a long time. It's a maximum security prison, I think he was at. The second one, Sylvain Kabuchi, the one that I told you with the pizza order, is waiting a process for offing. Equipped with smartphones, he manages still to direct a network inside of prisons. And there's a quote here says, "We are in a grave situation because criminals control more and more from the inside," says André Gelina. Let us remind that in the last weeks, a member of Profit Boys would have been killed inside of his cell in Montreal. An agent, yeah, I think I there was an article about this, man. There's just too many stuff. I can't catch up on everything. When it will slow down, and I'll be bored. I'll try to get back into those. I think it's in my list. I think because I saw it. I tried to save them, but sometimes mistakes happen. But when I go through that list, hopefully we land on it because I did try to save that one. I think I found it. But it might be actually something that a guy recommended that I do find, so I wasn't sure. I tried to Google it, but it wasn't appearing in the search results when he told me. So I'll check it. Hopefully we'll get on that. Oh, it says a correctional agent was seriously injured as well in Sorel Tracy, another prison. Insane, man. So that's it for today. For once in my life, I've always wanted to end the video in 20 minutes. So I'm around there now. So let me quickly give you guys a shout out so I can reach that limit. Adam Rogers, my brother, how are you, bro? Chris Hensley, good morning, pal. Oh, man. Not all good, Adam Rogers, man. At least you got work, Me, I have no choice to go back to work. I was trying to get some schooling done, but that's not going to be possible, So I have to go. But, my situation, I keep applying thousands of I applied thousands and thousands over the last 2 years and no luck, So I started doing that yesterday. I applied like 28 to 30 places in one day, man. But it never goes anywhere. Let's keep going. Daniel Gould, how are you, pal? Patrick R., what's up, buddy? Mr. J, how you enjoy those, you know what? I can't say the word here. Enjoy it. Aim for the wealth. What's up, buddy? That happens every day in jail, yeah. Unfortunately. Golden Era, how are you, pal? And, I said Chris Hensley. Thank you, Chris Hensley. Yeah, hit the like button and stay with us, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Sorry if I was a little bit more brief, short. Some people are going to appreciate that. Others will not. But I don't want to get interrupted at the wrong time. If I can end it before getting interrupted, I'm expecting doorbell anytime soon. Have a good one, guys. And Cam Waters. Shout out to Cam Waters. Finally, all the rest of you, too, who are the silent bunch. The kind, silent bunch. Thank you so much.